Next topic is Biot-Savart's law. So generally, Biot-Savart's law is used to find magnetic field intensity. It is used to find out the magnetic field intensity. Okay, so magnetic field intensity is represented using capital H vector. Okay, so as we know that what is the source of electric field? Source of electric field is fixed charge. So now what is the source of magnetic field? So source of magnetic field is moving charge. Okay, so moving charge means it is nothing but a current. So current is a one of the source of magnetic field. Okay, there are so many sources like a permanent magnet is also a source of magnetic field, but here we consider current. Current is a source of magnetic field because current is nothing but a moving charge, so it is a source of magnetic field. Okay, so how the magnetic field is generated? So here I will just take one example that this is a wire. Okay, it's a infinity or it's a finite length of wire, and current I is flow throughout the wire. Okay, so it generate a magnetic field in this fashion. Okay, so this current generate a magnetic field in this way. Okay, so this red line is indicate magnetic field direction. Okay, this red line is indicate magnetic field direction. Okay, where this I is nothing but this is a current direction. So here we have to apply which rule? We have to apply right hand thumb rule. Okay, so here just this is your right hand thumb. Okay, and this is your finger. So here I have to apply the right hand thumb rule. So this thumb direction is indicate the direction of current, and movement of finger is indicate the direction of magnetic field. Okay, so these red circles indicate a magnetic field. So here, as we know that at the nearest point of the wire, the magnetic field is maximum, and at the farthest point of wire, the magnetic field is minimum. Okay, so just I will write 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, and 0.4. Okay, so at first point, the magnetic field is more as compared to second, third, and fourth point. Okay, so at point number 4, the magnetic field is minimum. Okay, so we can say that the magnetic field intensity, which is H, is decreased with respect to distance. Okay, so first point is magnetic field intensity H is inversely proportional to the distance, where R is the distance. Okay. Second thing, if current is more, so it generates more and more magnetic field. Okay, so magnetic field intensity is directly proportional to the current. Okay, and see, in this case actually the magnetic field intensity is inversely proportional to the square of the distance. Okay, it is scientifically proved. So if I will just combine these two, so we can write magnetic field intensity is proportional to I upon R square. Okay, so to remove this proportionality constant, it is H is equals to Ki upon R square. Okay, and what is K? K is 1 upon 4 pi. So it is 4 pi R square. Fine. Okay, so we'll get H is equals to K, H is equals to I upon 4 pi R square. Okay, so this equation is represented just magnitude of magnetic field intensity, but main thing is what is the direction of magnetic field intensity. Okay, so for that we have to just apply the Biot-Savart's law. Okay, and Biot-Savart's law is used to find out the magnetic field intensity and its direction also. Okay, so now let us discuss about the Biot-Savart's law. Okay, so in Biot-Savart's law, first of all we have to consider one wire. Okay, so here it is a one wire and the current is passing throughout the wire. What is the length of the wire? We don't know. Okay, either it is L or infinity length. Okay, so now the current is flow through the wire and it generate a magnetic field. Okay, so no need to draw the magnetic field here. Okay, it generates a magnetic field in this direction. Okay, now I want to find out the magnetic field intensity at any point. Suppose I want to find out the field intensity at this point. This is point P2. I want to find out the field intensity at point P2. Okay, so this length of the wire is indeterminate. Okay, so that is why I have to divide this wire into a very small equal portion. Divide the wire into small equal portion, and I have to just consider one small portion. Okay, so this small portion is represented using dl. So what is dl? Dl is a differential length of this wire, and we have to consider it as a just like one point. So this point p1. Okay, this is like a one type of point, and length is dl. Okay, so first of all, we want to find out the field intensity at point P2 due to this length, and then after I will do the integration, and finally we want to find out the field intensity due to this whole wire. Okay, fine. So what is the distance between point P1 and point P2? This is the distance, and we can represent using R12 vector. Okay, so here now we can write the field intensity, which is denoted using H. Okay, and the field at point P2 due to the differential length dl is dh2. Okay, this field is dh2. Why I have to take a d? It's a differential field because I have to consider the length is differential. So that is why at point P2 the field is differential. So dh2 vector is, okay, now you can see here it's a magnitude which is I upon 4 pi r square. Okay, so I have to just write here it is I because the same current is flow, current I. Okay, so I upon 4 pi r. R means here it is R12 is R12 square. Okay, so what it indicates? It indicates just magnitude. Okay, but what about the direction? Okay, so into direction. Okay. So for direction, we have to just consider one unit vector. Okay, so I have to again write it is I upon 4 pi R12 square into now the field direction at point P2. Now this is important. The field direction at point P2. Okay, so at point P2, what is the field direction? Magnetic field direction. Okay, so as we know that this is the infinity long or the finite length of wire, and this one is the direction of field. Okay, so at that point the field is inside this page. Okay, at this side. Okay, if you consider this is side A of the wire and this is side B of the wire, if you consider, so at side A field is outside. Okay, so we have to just represent using cross mark. So magnetic field is outside from this side, and here magnetic field is inside. Okay, so I will just represent using dot. So here the magnetic field is inside. Okay, so now if you see there are the three vectors. First, okay, as you see there are the three vectors mainly. The first is which vector? dl vector. Second, r12 vector, and third dh2 vector, which is inside this point P2. So all these three vectors are perpendicular to each other. Okay, I have to just draw here again. This vector is dl vector. This one is r12 vector. Where is my point? This is my point P2. Okay, here it is my point P2. Okay, and where is this resultant vector dh2? The resultant vector dh2 is inside this point. ये point के अंदर जाएगा. Okay, so actually it's not possible to draw it, but it present inside the point. Okay, so we have to just use a cross product concept to find out the resultant vector. If we do the cross product between dl and r12, so we can find out the resultant vector. So here the direction is dl cross product the unit vector of r12. So this ar12 unit vector. So this is th2. Okay, तो ये मिला हमें th2 का इक्वेशन. ठीक है. Okay, so this is a magnetic field intensity at point P2 due to this small differential length, but we want to find out the field intensity due to this whole wire. Okay, so for that I have to just take a integration. Okay, so total field at point P2, total magnetic field at point P2 is H2 vector is equals to integration of dH2. Okay, no need to put the integration limit because we don't know the length of the wire. Okay, so it is integration of I upon 4 pi r12 square dl into ar12 unit vector. What is ar12 unit vector? Okay, what is unit vector? Unit vector means vector upon its magnitude. So ar12 unit vector is nothing but r12 vector upon its mode. Okay, so it is known as Biot-Savart's law. Okay.